Hey YouTube, this is a super quick update. I know it's been a couple of months since I made a video, and I'm going to kind of explain why it took so long and just how my experience has been in China with my natural hair and everything else. So, warning, warning, warning. ExpressVPN is wonderful. It works very well if you are somewhere that has good internet. So I work at a school. I live on the school's campus. Depending on what school you work in, they have access to their own personal VPN. So if you're at an international school, they are not regulated or as heavily regulated on with their usage of the internet. So they have generally a much better connection and a much better way to use the net along with your VPN. So my school's not international. It is more of, it has international students, but it is not an international school. It's a private school, but it's more like a traditional Chinese school. So we had a VPN, they got rid of it, which their VPN allowed the internet to work a little bit quicker and better. And we also, with our VPNs, had pretty good access to most Western sites. But they got rid of their VPN, and they're kind of cheap, so we're all on the same bandwidth. Even if we have a wireless router, that just allows us to have wireless instead of plugging our computers into the wall. um Internet comes in and out, the VPN comes in and out, and there is a bit of an attack on VPNs in China, but it's not as bad. People who have apartments off campus and in other places have good internet, but I don't. My internet is crappy, so I can't always make videos. Two, I purchased a phone here in China, I don't know where it's at. One that I actually like, a Huawei phone. It's upside down. Huawei. My son uses this iPhone, which means he's always on it because for some reason, when the internet is crappy on my computer, it works fine on the iPhone. So he's always on YouTube. So I don't get much chance to get hold of the phone, which means I put less pictures on Instagram because I don't always have the iPhone with me if I'm out and he's not with me. So I put a lot of stuff on WeChat because in China, WeChat is king. You can purchase things with WeChat. You can send money to friends on WeChat. You can do almost anything financially on WeChat except for transfer money to your bank, which isn't I'll probably do a separate video on how to transfer money to banks, but it's not quite as hard as everyone made it seem, because I've been able to transfer money and it took less than an hour to transfer money. You just need to make sure you have a bank that has international banking. That initially was my problem. My bank didn't have international banking, so I had to open another bank account um, so I could transfer money. So he uses the iPhone, so I can't really get on the internet as much and make videos. I use the Huawei and I use my WeChat because WeChat is king here. Natural hair update, because this isn't going to be very long. I've cut a lot of my hair um, because there are some products here that, I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, the products in China, 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 from the videos that I watched prior to coming. But I'm in Beijing, and most likely the same thing for Shanghai. You're not going to find a lot of African American products. Those are going to be in Hong Kong, Guangzhou, probably Shenzhen. But there are some really good quality imported and some good. I don't know. It's not imported, but it's Schwarzkopf. I'll send a picture next video. Their products worked really well, and they're actually expensive in the U.S., but they're not as expensive here. Another thing that's expensive here is VO5, but it's not expensive in the U.S. And everybody knows VO5 is the old classic, but it works well. But the air here is super dry. So recently I've noticed that I've had hairs that were straight and stringy, but then I have these hairs in the middle that are bushy, and my hair usually wasn't so different. So I've been chopping off because I needed to look a little uniform and not as crazy, because this morning some pieces were like straight. So I was like, oh, let me trim that off because my hair will grow better and faster when it's cut. Um, I'm gonna not keep this short. My next video will probably be how to transfer money out of China, because that is a big deal. But I'm here. It's been pretty good so far, but the internet is a sad, sad thing. Peace out.